Hi guys, welcome to Ed's Mini Empire YouTube edition. So here I'm in my workshop with this, what is supposed to be a 1974 mini pickup. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll know all about this car. It is in quite a state at the minute. Well, that's what I'm here to do. We're here to sort it out, here for full restoration. I've done loads of work to that already. I'm going to try and not talk about what I've already done too much. We'll come to it in some videos. I've had it for about a year now. Please do look on my Facebook, Instagram for the pictures and everything that we've done up till now. So what am I looking at? What am I looking to do here? It's basically just document what I'm doing. I feel like the things I'm putting on Facebook and Instagram only cover a small amount of what I've achieved, not actually how I've done it. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing in detail, why I'm doing it. Not only with this, I've got other minis myself. I do work for my personal car, my partner's personal car, family members' cars. I sort them out. So it'll be mainly classic mini content, doing this for the most part of it. With a few other bits dropped in, service work. I've got a gearbox change coming up on a Citroen. So yeah, just dropping bits and bobs of what I'm up to. Somebody said to me recently, Ed, you must eat, sleep and breathe cars, and honestly I do. I can't get away from them. But that's just who I am. It's in my blood. I'm no good at sitting on the couch and watching telly. I'd rather be in here tinkering on. A few things before we get going. This is my workshop. It's not very big. There you go. There's all sorts of stuff going on here. Other projects in the background. So if you see some random stuff laid about, like I've got a V8 crankshaft down there. The block is over there. There's a couple of internal doors over there. Bear with me, alright? If it's cool and interesting, I'll talk about it at some point. If you're genuinely interested about anything that V8 block, I'll come to that in a different video. I'm going to make a separate video for that. If you've got any questions about anything you see, just let us know. I know the workshop's not 100% clean, sparkling and tidy because I'm in here all the time. I don't get a lot of time to clean it. I try to keep it tidy enough that I can get in and do what I need to do. But there's dust, there's dirt, the floor's a bit sometimes. So please do excuse the mess. What I'm doing on this pickup at the minute is properly messy. So everything just gets covered. So please do excuse the dust and the dirt. Right, let's get cracking in what we're doing today. Okay, so what I am on with at the minute is the front end. I've replaced already this lower section of bulkhead because the previous one had a huge hole cut here for, I'm assuming, a turbo setup. It was absolutely gash. The upper panel was full of filler. There's lots of pictures already online about that. I am waiting for panels for the front end. We have got inner wings on order, scuttle panel, a bonnet, front panel, correct, commercial buyer front panel, outer wings, everything that is quite clearly missing off the front of there is on order. So I've kind of had to put the brakes on a little bit and just tinker on with other stuff while I'm waiting for all them. So what I've been doing, keep myself busy with, is just prepping the rest of the rusty bits that don't actually need replacing, but definitely need attention. So around the windscreen surround, you'll see all the areas that are black is what I'm talking about right now. I've prepared all of that. Surround both doors, inside the gutters. I've done a lot of repairing to the gutters along here, and all of these external seams on both A-pillars were actually missing. Somebody chopped them off and welded it up, tried to make it a smoothed off look. So I've had to rebuild all of this. All this metal you see here is all brand new. So I've prepped all of this, wire brushed it off, and I've got some rust converter that I've put on, which means these panels will never rust again. So we're going to do a bit more of that today. I'm moving on now to the rear screen surround. This has already previously, by me, been angle grinded off because it was full of filler. It was one of the first jobs I did actually, was take the angle grinder to here and the roof to make sure that they were both solid, because if they were rusty, it was going to change the direction of this restoration completely. But luckily they're solid enough. We just need to get the remnants of this paint off. See bits of paint here, filler in that join there, and here where the rubber sits. We need to get that completely back to bare metal and put some rust converter on it. I'll show you how that works. It is awesome stuff. I kind of just wing it every time I come in here. I don't have a set plan. I just look what needs doing, get as much as I can done. So yeah, let's get cracking. I'm gonna make myself a bit of room because the back of the pickup is a perfect storage area for all the stuff I've had to take off and move. So I'm gonna make a bit of room so I can get in there and get some tools ready, and let's get cracking. Right then, first I've got my nice little drill with a wire wheel bit in. Try to keep, I've got loads of these. I've kept one that's got quite short bristles, just because they're a little bit stiffer and it takes off all the things we want to take off, the rust, the paint, a bit easier. If we use one with long bristles, they tend to get a bit floppy and it just takes a little bit longer to do. So I'm going to hop in on this nice and solid rear bed. Get cracking. Can't actually see what I'm doing. Fogged up straight away. But it's worth it. You only get one set of eyes. Okay then. So that is the main part done. I'm now going to switch to a slightly different wire brush head. I'm going to get in all of these corners around here and finish it off. Okay then, let's get cracking. Typically, my drill battery has run out of power. I'm going to get this finished off with the angle grinder, I think. It's coming up lovely then as well. I'll get this on charge. I'll get the angle grinder out, it'll be alright in there. I don't like using it too much for things like this because I feel like it's a bit rough and I'm scared a little bit to take off too material. But inside here, I think we can make that work. Right then, let's lose my gloves down the abyss. Put some extra gloves on because I've caught my fingers on that far too many times. It's not nice. So it's better to be safe than lose a finger. the way we were going. Right then. See if we can't get it finished, huh? Right then, I think that is nice and clean there. Get you a closer look. Right then, you can see now, although there's still some pitting in some areas, like in the metal there. There is no paint, bodge, filler, whatever left on there, in that groove. It went better than I expected with the angle grinder, with a new flappy disc on. Had to go careful in the corners not to misshape the radius. So, but it worked well. I gave the top a lick over as well, just to try and get a bit more of that pitting out. Something I want to mention, this bottom edge, yeah, still has a bit of filler in, and there's some corrosion in there just as that dip. Same here. I'm not worried about that right now, because this piece here, which is the start of the bed really, blends into these quarter panels. That's nasty. There's holes in it, and it's been drilled. It's had some shoddy welding up here, so this is actually going to get replaced, the whole thing, all the way. We're going to have new toppers, new quarter panels, both sides as well. So this seam is actually going to come off. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to rust proof up to that seam, and then further down the line when we take this off, I'll do under that seam as a separate job, rather than get too ahead of ourselves and take that off now. So next we just need to give it a brush off to get that dust off. And then we can get the rust eater on it. Make sure we get all in them corners. The rust eater doesn't like dust. I stole this brush. Don't tell me, Mum. When we I can't turn the camera around because of my gloves. When we moved house, it got lost. Don't know where that went, Mum. Moving on. So, it's nice and clean around there. So there was actually, I was quite surprised. I thought there might be some holes down in these corners that I was going to have to weld up. But all the way around it's nice and solid. I have previously welded a couple of little holes where somebody had drilled. So there's a couple of little bits you can just see my grinder marks there where the welds have been. These holes here are actually from the factory. They are on the back, if you can see, some captive nuts. They're from the factory, and that is to fit like a tonneau cover. So yeah, they were covered in filler. They were buried. I uncovered them, pushed a tap through them, restored the threads. So it's nice to keep them original features intact. Right, let's get on the rust eater. Right then, rust converter. There is lots and lots of different types you can get on the market. I've used quite a lot of stuff, but this one stuck with me. I felt that it worked the best. You don't have to do a lot with it after you've put it on. Some of the other stuff I know you've got to treat more than once to make sure that it keeps the rust at bay. This one is a one-time use. It's dead easy to put on, leave it, and then all you have to do is wipe off any excess the next day. It's called Furtan. I got this online. Litre tub there. You can get all kinds of different sizes. The selling point for me was it's got a Rusty Mini on it, so we're on to a winner. Instructions are there if you want to pause and have a read yourself. Good for boats. It's good enough for me. Right. Give it a shake. Now, all I do, I struggle with one hand. There you go. Is I've got the lid off an old aerosol there. I just pour a bit in. That's plenty for what we need to do today. See how it's like a dirty brown kind of colour. It's really, really thin, very watery. Makes it nice and easy to apply. What I'm going to do is try and get in there without knocking that over. It smells, it's got a very, very strong chemically smell to it. If you were doing a very large area, I'd probably want to put a mask on. You definitely need gloves on while you're doing this because you don't want it on your skin. Good job I've already got mine on because I've touched the wet end of that brush. So all we do, dip the brush, paint it on. You can see how runny it is there. Get a bit more. See how it just wants to run off. Literally lash it on. You don't need to be neat. You don't need to be careful. Just get it smashed on. Right in that corner. Anywhere that's got particular pitting like round here, I'm going to pay some extra attention to. The whole pickup's wobbling while I'm doing this, so I apologise if this footage is a bit shaky. Get it right in. All the way where we've just cleaned off. I'll get as much as I can in there just so it gets in, but like I said before, I'm going to be taking this bottom lip off, so I'm not too worried about what's hiding under there at the minute. There we go, smash it on. You can see already on some of them worser bits down here, it's already changing colour, it's going black. And that is a great sign that it's working. Smashed on. Don't worry about getting on things that you don't care about. It will clean off. Some drips down there as well. You don't need to worry too much. Right round there. I did catch some of these bits that I did earlier with the wire wheel, so I'm just going to get some in that edge too. Make sure that I haven't left any exposed areas. There we go. Tidy up a few of them runs. Right. There we go, that is applied. You can see already in these worst bits it's turning black. That shows that it's working. Especially down there on the bottom. So, that's me done for tonight. I can't do anything more with that panel. I don't really want to carry on and do any more. Because I don't want to risk getting any dirt and dust into that rust eater. Spotted a bit of mist. If you do miss a bit, you can just go back and do it again later. It's not the end of the world. We're going to leave that overnight, and I'll catch you up tomorrow, and we'll see how that's reacted. It should all turn black where it's reacted, and then all we have to do is wipe off the excess. Job done. So we'll come back tomorrow. I'll film what it looks like, what we need to do next, and we'll go from there. Right guys, here we are. Next day. The fir tan has been sat overnight, eaten into that metalwork. So let's have a look, see how she looks. Beautiful. You can see how now, compared to yesterday, how that's changed. The whole painted surface has now gone completely black. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use some of this panel wipe. All we're going to do is spray it on the whole panel. A bit in there as well where we've done. Get a cloth and wipe off the excess. Some of this black might come off, that's fine. That's just areas that there was no corrosion present, so the fir tan hasn't stuck. In all the areas that stay black, there was corrosion, and this will now be treated and hopefully will never rust again. Shouldn't rust again. Just get right in that edge. There's a few bits down there, obviously haven't taken very well where the filler is, but like I said earlier, it doesn't matter, as we're gonna be taking that lower edge off anyway. There we go. All the way around. go. Cap. And that screen surround. There we are. Job done. So that area is now completely treated, easy peasy, ready to coat with whatever's necessary. If need be, that can be filled, primered, etch primer, whatever you want to put on it. Won't react at all to the Furtan rust eater. Completely neutralised, ready to go at the body shop, and they can do what they need to do without worrying about any corrosion coming back through, and we can move on to the next bit. So thanks for joining me. If you like this video, give me a like and a follow, share with your friends, come back for more next time. Thank you. Cheers for watching. If you've liked the video, please do give me a like and subscribe, a follow. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Ed's Mini Empire. Look at the pictures of what we started with this. I know it still looks like a wreck, but we are a million miles away from how this started out. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. Cheers.